have a soulmate, and God'll give him to me someday.
Hey hon, welcome back to my channel. My name is Debbie and I'm a Nigerian and Irish YouTuber. If this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe, join the Debonair family. We don't bite, we're very nice people. So Tori Kelly's song, There No One, is the theme song for this series. So if you haven't listened to the song, go listen to the song, then come back to this video. This series was inspired by where I am in life right now. Like, I just thought, you know what? Let me be relatable by giving you guys a series inspired by where I am currently in life. Like, currently I'm 26, I'm single. I know that there's so many women out there, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, who are single, 21, 22, 23, and you're like, where is bae?
Monday.
Where's my bae? Where my bae at?
Tuesday.
Now you're absolutely taking the piss.
Wednesday.
Anytime now.
Thursday.
God. When?
Friday.
We wait.
Saturday.
Yeah, what would people say?
Sunday.
I feel like everything we go through in life, we go through those things to inspire others, to help others. And that's why I created this channel, because I wanted to help young women all over the world. So I know like the age range of my audience is 17, 18 to 35, 36. So there's women across this age range who are single, who want to be in a relationship, who want to be married. And I thought, why not make a series on being single and dating, okay? We're going to be touching on how to be confident while dating. We're going to be talking about how to spot a boy or a player. And we're going to be talking about how to heal from heartbreak. We're going to be talking about red flags to spot and when to carry your slippers and start running for the hills, meaning red flags when dating. Make sure you hit the notification bell and click the notification bell for all videos. Relationships are romanticized. We are now swiping left, we're swiping left, swiping right. People are just looking to fulfill dating needs. So some of us are daydreaming. We're awaiting that movie moments where we bump into the love of our lives, either in the library at uni or in the middle of the road while shopping on the Champs-Elysees, maybe on Oxford Street or maybe Grafton Street. So this narrative in society, through our culture, through social media, hashtag relationship goals, and also through TV shows, through movies, relationships are literally the center of our lives and the center of our existence. So when, as women, we grow older, we tend to think we are failing in life when we're not married. We tend to place our self-worth and we tend to see relationships and marriage as an achievement. Which is why we have a lot of people who rush into marriage at a very, very young age, which by the way is not a bad thing. If you find the right person, I think it's amazing. But of course, there are people that get into marriage for the wrong reasons because they don't want to be single. And that's what this series is about. And for some people, being in a relationship and being married is a cultural requirement. Cough, cough. Based on my culture and where I've come from, we are raised to be good cooks, to be great at cleaning, to be great at homekeeping, because we're raised to be wives and nothing more. We literally have to fight to be more than a wife. We literally have to fight to be more than a mother. We literally have to fight to have an identity out of just being the role of a wife and a mother. When I was coming back to London, I had the guy at the airport, because you know Nigerians are very, very kind of low-key rude. It was looking at my passport like,
We are 26, you should be married by now. Are you married?
Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
Nobody ever wants people to enjoy being alone. The whole world is so invested in your relationship status to the point where you are conditioned to believe you need to be in a relationship to be fulfilled. But that is a lie. Not on my watch. I'm here to tell you that you can be happy and single. Like, I'm gonna put my hands up and say I was one of those girls. Like, in fact, the way I planned my life out, in a way that I would be married by 25. That's the way I planned my life out. That's what drove a lot of my life choices, centered around my relationship status. I can put my hand up and admit that. I don't know about you guys, but if anybody wants to back me up in the comment section, feel free. So I'm not alone in admitting that my life was really centered around getting married at a particular age. A piece of advice that my mom gave me when it comes to relationships is literally, if you rush in, you rush out. Now, I don't know what Hallmark movie she got that one from, but it was good, and I thought I'd just share that with you guys. People rush into relationships that they shouldn't be in simply because they don't want to be alone. They are scared of being alone. They are scared of being labeled that girl that isn't married by 28. Like, who wants to be that girl that's not married by 28? Like, she's getting older. You're gonna pass yourself by date. 28, yeah. All those things are fictional. A woman's age is not a reflection of whether she's a good woman or not. I know many good women that are married, and I know many not so good women that are engaged and married. Society will tell you that character determines the qualities of a wife, but that is actually not accurate. Life is just really about finding somebody that's well compatible with you. And sometimes, if you're very self-aware, you will notice that you can't just fall into marriage because you know when it's not right, when you are self-aware. A lot of people are not self-aware and they end up in marriages that are just never going to work because they want to lead by emotions and not by logic. One of my friends, Patricia, shout out to Patricia, she made a very valid point when we spoke about marriage, which was the person you marry, most likely, you're going to be married to them longer than you've been alive. 50 years, 60 years, by the time one of you guys, goes to be with the Lord. It's a very important decision who you date and who you marry. The relationships we have with others is a direct reflection of the relationship we have with ourselves. So if you're not enough for you, how can you be enough for somebody else? And this is why I've made this series, because I want you guys to know that it's okay to be by yourself. How to be single and happy. Number one, be okay with where you are right now in life. A lot of us are always aspiring for what's next, to the point where we don't focus on what is. Right now, what is that I'm single. I'm free. I'm not in bondage. Meaning the bondage of marriage, which is a contract. Meaning I am tied to another human being who comes from a different background, a different upbringing, a different last name, which I am now going to take on. Maybe even a different culture, depending on where the person is from. So this is not something to be jumped into. Meaning, enjoy what is. It's just like when you're chasing success. A lot of us are always chasing the goal. We don't enjoy the journey. Like, part of your journey in life is that you're gonna spend some time alone. Sometimes some people can only spend like a month alone and they're in the next relationship. If you can't be alone, it means that you're scared of getting to know who you really are. Getting to know who you really are is the key to getting to know who is compatible for you. So if you can't be happy being single, then most likely you're gonna make the wrong decision when it comes to who you date and who you ultimately marry, which is going to affect your life. So you will probably end up single again if you make the wrong decision. So be happy with where you are right now. This does not mean I'm not dating. This doesn't mean I'm not talking to people, getting to know people. It just means that I am okay with where I am right now. When you appreciate where you are right now, you will cultivate a heart of gratitude, and ultimately it will allow you to lead into the next phase. Get to know yourself. Like, who are you? Get to know yourself on a deep, deep level. And for a lot of people, this is the first time they've really spent alone. I feel like a lot of us have been doing that during this quarantine period. COVID-19 is the time where a lot of us have had a chance to really reflect upon our lives. And when I say deep level, do things you've always wanted to do. Go to the gym, go and work out. There's so many things to do when you're single. A lot of us have childhood trauma that we need to walk through. So work through those trauma during your single year so that you don't end up bringing that into a relationship, into marriage, and then transferring negative generational patterns to your children. Therapy is important, people. Just get to know what makes you happy. And if you don't know what makes you happy, you will naturally gravitate towards it. So don't overthink it. Don't start panicking like, oh, I don't know what I want to do while I'm single. Sometimes your reality is different from your perception. So you might have this perception that, oh my God, am I ever gonna find a husband? Is a husband ever gonna find me? Is a man ever gonna find me attractive? Is a man ever gonna wanna be in a relationship with me? Am I ever gonna get married? Am I ever gonna have kids? Is this ever gonna happen? Sis, relax. A lot of times, because we're used to ourselves, we see ourselves as just ourselves. But externally, other people view us so differently to how we view ourselves. Trust me, sis, it's gonna happen when it's the right time. And based on what my successfully married friends have told me, and based on what I've seen by myself, it happens more when you're just living your life and minding your business. When it's not forced, when it's not out of desperation, when you're not actively searching for it, is when it happens. And when it happens quick, honey. Not everything running through your head is reality. If you start having thoughts like, a husband is never gonna find me, am I ever gonna get married, is this ever gonna happen? You are speaking negatively into the universe. You're manifesting negativity into your life. You have to be positive always and never lose your positivity ever. Just always be positive. Another way for you to be happy while being single is don't wait for a relationship to pursue your life goals. Whatever your goals are in life, pursue them with everything within you. Don't wait for some man or some woman to come along for you to feel like, yes, this is the time for me to now start chasing my goals and chasing my dreams. Because most likely, when that person comes along and you're in a relationship, marriage might happen, children might happen, so now you're juggling everything and you now have to multitask. And during the time when you were single was the time for you to learn how to multitask. Did you take that opportunity to learn how to multitask? Or are you going to start learning how to multitask when you have 2 children on your hip and a family to take care of? So start practicing for the future while you're single. Learn how to multitask. Learn how to navigate your life. Learn how to pursue your goals so that when you get married, you don't lose yourself and find your identity in marriage and your relationships. Use your past experiences and past relationships to navigate your future. Take the lessons from those relationships and use it to create a better dating relationship, marriage for yourself, essentially. So a lot of people tend to be scarred from past relationships and then they'll be like, oh God, I'm dreading dating again. If I ever believe anything another man tells me, let thunder strike me. Is when you see the signs of an F-boy, which by the way is one of the episodes of this series, make sure you turn on that bell notification. You might have been in an abusive relationship, you might have been in an emotionally abusive relationship, not even physical relationship, you might have had like a clingy ex-boyfriend. Certain things can happen, but whenever those things happen, don't let them define who you are in the present. Let it guide you into the future in order for you to make a better and more informed decision rather than holding on to your past and carrying your past on your back. Allow your past to make you make a more informed decision. This little heart of mine, I'm gonna let it be. This little heart of mine, I'm gonna let it be. Don't kill yourself with love. Sister, makbarai. Guard your heart and guard your time. Don't let any man waste your time. Now, this is a little secret for you guys to know. And this is something I know. Based on experience and based on research and common sense. When a man meets a woman, he knows exactly what he wants from that woman. When a man is serious about a woman, he comes correct with the right energy. Do you see the way I just ruled that right energy? He comes with the right energy. He does the right things without being told. He shows up when he's supposed to. He just has sense. So when he doesn't have sense, the signs are gonna be there. And we're gonna talk about the signs in another episode of this series. Another way for you to be happy and single is when you place yourself on a pedestal and not the person that you might potentially be seeing. A lot of people place other people on pedestals and not themselves. Girl, place yourself on a pedestal. You are the prize. That's the secret. You are the prize. But when a man meets an insecure woman, they can smell the insecurity from a mile away. They know that if they're with you, they can get away with doing all sorts of things like cheating, abuse, emotional abuse, physical abuse. They know what they can get away with based on how they meet you, when they meet you, how they see you, how they read you. These men know when they can ride you and take you for a fool. So you have to place yourself on a pedestal because you're a queen, sis. And you have to act like it, you have to think like it, and you have to become that. To be happy and single, you really need to stop believing and placing all your hope into how the media, movies, TV shows, social media displays love and relationships as perfect. A lot of people are bitter and miserable because they just see other people being all in love all the time and life is perfect and they're on holiday, they're living their best life, doing a vacation, and you're like, God, when? You're essentially free of responsibility to another human being. So this is the time for you to enjoy that period of your life and stop feeling so freaking sorry for yourself. Stop it. You're literally free to go out on dates, enjoy free meals, and you want to be miserable? Are you alright, sis? Better go and find someone to take you to the shad. And then next weekend, go to the shad again with another Tunde. Your mates that are taking them to the shad. You're upset that you're single. Sis, arise. Appreciate timing. Timing is everything. I want you guys to ask yourself this question. If God could come down and sit by you on the bed and said to you, my daughter, you're gonna get married at 24. My daughter, you're gonna get married at 29. My daughter, you're gonna get married at 32. If God was to tell you the day that you were gonna get married, what would you do until then? Most likely, you will just get on with it because now you know the day, you know the time. So you're not going to be anxious because you know the day. So just the way you would trust God if He told you the exact day and time, and you would trust that, okay, this is the perfect love story for me. You need to also trust God without knowing the day. And you need to continue life as normal, continue your activities, continue chasing your goals, chasing your success, working on your career without knowing the timing. Because God likes us to operate in faith. Sometimes you can't really see, like I'm closing my eyes, but you can kind of feel around and just be like, okay, I can't really see, but I'm trusting you to not lead me to the wall. Trust exercises. Like, if you can't trust God, who can you trust? You have to trust that God always has better for you. Okay, so you were in a relationship for 7 years, it didn't work out. You were in a relationship for 2 years, it didn't work out. That's me. I was in a relationship for 2.5 years and we ended up going our separate ways, but I learned so much from that relationship. I had an amazing, for most part, 2.5 years. I performed well, I can take that. Where I didn't perform so well in my relationship, the lessons from that, I can take that into my future relationship and do better. Everything God allows us to experience is for our ultimate good and is to push us forward into where we belong. You have to trust the process of your life. Each relationship you've been in has taught you something valuable, and you have to be grateful for what you've learned in those relationships. And you have to understand that those relationships are leading you to the perfect time for your love story to be complete. You can't force somebody else's love story for your life. Sometimes God allows people to meet the love of their life at a young age, because sometimes God knows the full story that we don't know. Meaning, God knows that this person, the number of their days is 35 years. This is not to say that, anybody's gonna die or something, because that sounds a bit dark. But it's to say that everything in life happens for a reason. Most people are going to marry in their 20s or their 30s. Meaning you still have 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Most likely you're going to spend the next 40 to 50 years, which is longer than you've been alive currently. When people start to look at relationships and marriage in that way, that's when they'll learn to be content with being single, understanding that your time will eventually come. Now, this is advice that I'm giving you as a single person who doesn't know what day and what time. As you can see, I'm not engaged. I'm a single person telling you that it's okay to be single. Most times you have married people telling you to be content in your singleness while they're married, living their best life, doing whatever they're doing in their marriage, creating babies and all that, and they're giving you marital advice when they can't even relate to you. I can relate to you because I'm a single person making this video in blind faith that God will do my own someday. But in the meantime, I'm happy to just be by myself, because what I'm not finna do is force a marriage just to say I did it.
I mean, I'm extra, okay? That one is gonna be extra. You know what I mean? I'm arriving on a helicopter or something.
I always say I can't wait, but I can wait to have a family. I can't wait, but I can wait to be married. I can't wait, but I can wait to be in a relationship. I'd rather be excited, but be able to wait for the right thing, if you know what I mean. Does that make sense? Does that make sense to you? Does that make sense? When you understand the concept of the perfect timing, you will be more than happy to be single, because you will understand that when it's the right person, when it's the right time, the love will just mesh without being forced. But when it's not, it's going to be like, you're forcing it. Sis, you're forcing it. Don't force it. It's reeking of desperation when it's forced. Don't force it, because when you rush in, you're going to rush out. Okay? Millennials, we're still kind of growing and things like that. So we're going to be blessed to witness a lot of successful marriages. But unfortunately, we're also going to witness a lot of divorces in the next 10 years. It's inevitable, because it's just life. Some people are going to get it right. Some people are going to get it wrong. Now, the most important thing is not who did it first. It's who did it right. That's the most important thing. So focus on doing relationships right. Focus on doing marriage right. And if you get it wrong, it's not a big deal. Okay? If you get it wrong, you dust yourself up, sis, and you pick yourself up, and you embrace being single, and you do it right the second time. But if you can get it right the first time, try and get it right the first time. But nobody's perfect, but life just happens sometimes. But the least we can do is at least contribute to the success of our own lives. Never ever have doubts when the author is writing for you. His plans are top 2 and they're not number 2, honey. Everybody's getting married. Hashtag Bella Naija. Hashtag Nigerian weddings. Hashtag African weddings. Now you're looking at your friends. Ooh, child. Yeah. I'm actually getting left behind. My friends are like on baby number 2. Look at my mates. I know a woman who got married at 29 and she had triplets. And in one go, she caught up with all her friends that got married at 22, 23. So just allow God to write your love story. I'm not going to say you're going to have triplets when you get married, okay? I'm just saying that's somebody else's love story. Always remember that life doesn't give you what you want. Life gives you what you deserve. So work on deserving the right type of love and watch how life will just attract that to you. So to conclude this video, society, culture, the media makes it seem like being single is the saddest time of your life. And that's not true. That was literally me until recently, where I just fell in love with being single. And I fell in love with myself. And I think it started to show in my confidence, started to show in how I view myself. Not that I wasn't confident before, because I've always been confident. But it's kind of like, I just kind of said, you know what? I actually like being alone. And when the right time comes and I meet someone that's deserving of my energy that I give, and I know what I bring to the table, like, I know I'm a good woman. Okay. When you know what you bring to the table, you're happy to be single. The only time I feel like people are not happy to be single is when they're insecure about something. Or maybe they think that, oh, people are going to think I'm not a good woman if I'm a certain age and I'm single. That is just society's perfect image of a good woman. I know many good women. And let me tell you something, I know what I bring to the table. Whoever marries me is going to be one lucky MF, okay? He's going to be blessed beyond measures. His cup is going to run it over. I know this because I know what I bring to the table. And when you know what you bring to the table, you're going to be happy to be single because you're going to know that that lucky individual that walks into your life one day is going to be blessed to have you as his wife. He's going to be blessed to have you as his queen. So work on being the best queen you can be to the right king. Don't let your family members that constantly ask, when will you marry? When will you marry? When will you marry? Don't let anybody rush you. This is the end of the first episode of my Singleness and Dating series. So watch out for the next episode. My name is Debbie and this is my channel, Miss Deb, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!
Coronavirus! Coronavirus! I'm telling you, shit is real! Shit is getting real! Woo! Bitch, I'm scared.
Hi lovelies, welcome back to my channel.
It's back! We're back!
So today I'm doing this Cardi B inspired transformation.